Welcome to Consult Academy. I am Pulkit. So we'll start our discussion with numbers. Numbers are everywhere. Natural numbers. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up to infinity. You just keep counting. All of these are natural numbers. You might ask the question, where is zero? So zero is part of whole numbers. So the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers is just the number 0. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to infinity. So what is number 2? Number 2 is a natural number. Number 2 is also a whole number. Number 0 is not a natural number. It is only a whole number. They both these numbers run till infinity. And that's the only difference between natural numbers and whole numbers, the number 0. The question that begs answer is, what is so special about 0? Or what is the story? It is now well established that number 0 is an Indian invention and probably around 5th century. So right now it is 21st century. And we are talking about 5th century. So more than 1500 years ago. So you might think that, okay, 0 is such a basic thing. Why did somebody need to invent it? Now think about it. When you look around, do you see anything that means 0 in real life or in nature? You look at fruits, you say 2 apples, 3 oranges, 5 mangoes. You look at animals, you are able to count them. Do you ever see 0 cows? Or did you ever see 0 trees? That is why it was very difficult to come up with the idea of 0. And that is why it is so unique and so important. To be able to have a mathematical number for nothing, it is, as you will grow, as you will learn more, you will realize how important it was for human civilization. Currently, it is attributed to a Hindu astronomer and mathematician, Brahmagupta. I will say that again, Brahmagupta. What is Hindu here? Hindu is a person who practices Hinduism. Hinduism is a religion, just like you have Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. A lot of people in India practice Hinduism. Now, the difference when we say that 0 is attributed or 0 was invented by Brahmagupta, it is not very accurate. So we have to consider two things, okay? 0 as an idea and the 0, what you know of as a symbol. Okay, so these are two different things. So right now, when we talk about Brahmagupta, we are talking about 0 as an idea, because Brahmagupta did not use the 0 symbol. He used something else. And some literature, some academicians, some intelligent people also say that maybe Brahmagupta did not even invent it. He was just using 0 and it was invented much before. And nobody knows who invented it really. But what is 100% known is that it is coming from Indian civilization. There is a language, an old language still used in India called Sanskrit. Most of the Indian languages currently that are there in India are derived from Sanskrit. And there is a word in Sanskrit called shunya, which is what translates to zero. Shunya literally means nothing, absence of everything. So this is the word which, for example, people in India use when they are talking in their native language, some of them in Hindi or in Sanskrit. Now, coming to the symbol zero. Symbol zero, oldest recorded example. Now, again, the keyword here is recorded, because in olden times, even if somebody wrote it or somebody drew it on a wall, it could be destroyed in fire, earthquake. But what is the oldest available example of zero? It comes from a temple, which is a place of worship for Hindus, in a city in central India, Gwalior. I'll show how it looks. So this is one of the carvings in the temple, and let's just highlight it. So what do you think it looks like? Does it look like 270? And you are not wrong in thinking that it is 270. So see the reference to zero as a symbol. Now this brings us to an important observation. You see how similar it is. This temple carving is so old, and it still looks like, this number looks like how I would write right now. If somebody were to ask me to write 270, I would write it like this. So what it means is that the number system currently in use globally, all across the world, it is not Arabic numerals that we use. Many a times in books, in literature, you will see that these symbols, 1, 2, 3, these are all symbols, right? So when you see this symbol, you know that it is 8. When you see this symbol, you know that it is 5. So these symbols mean something. And in literature, many places they are referred to as Arabic numerals, which is wrong. These are Indian numerals. They are contribution of Indian civilization, Hindu civilization to the world of mathematics. Similarly, there are other numerals also. You would be knowing about this. 1, 2, 3. These are Roman numerals. So it is established by researchers and very prominent people that place value system, number zero, and these symbols, these numbers, this number system, these are Indian contributions. So I'll actually I'll read from, I'll give you reference from of couple of books. So there is this book Sapiens. It says that originally people thought that these are Arabic numbers, but they are not. People from Arab came to India and they took this number system with them. And then they spread it to Europe, and that's why it became known as Arabic system, when in fact it is not. And there is another more prominent book. I hope it is visible. Okay, it's not. It is The Universal History of Numbers. It is by Georges Ifrah. This book also says that it is absolutely conclusive, 100% sure that place value system and number zero and these number system, they are all Indian inventions. So that brings us to the end of this particular talk. I would like to highlight some references, some important websites that I used for preparing this, and the books I talked about. And of course, there is Google to answer all your questions. And let's take some break, and there is a post-credit scene. Let's stop talking about numbers and go and talk about Gwalior. I talked about Gwalior, right? How in a temple in Gwalior, there is the first recorded instance of zero. So where is Gwalior? So let's look at it. So you see, this is the map of India. It is in Asia. So here you have China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Nepal, Bangladesh, and this is India. And right in the center of India, you have Gwalior. Gwalior is famous for many tourist attractions, but we talked about Gwalior Fort. It is in this Gwalior Fort, there is one temple, and in that temple, you have that zero. So see, it is very beautiful. The pictures are looking so nice. You should visit it. And visiting it is not very difficult because it is very close to the most popular attraction of India, which is Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is one of the wonders of the world, and Taj Mahal is so close to Gwalior. So this is Gwalior and this is Agra, the place where we have Taj Mahal. And Agra is close to national capital of India, New Delhi. So Gwalior to Delhi, it's only 334 kilometers. And Gwalior to Agra, it's hardly 1.5 to 2 hours of drive. So this is Gwalior, Agra, Delhi, and the story of zero. And we'll continue to talk about numbers in the coming videos. Keep watching.